guys, welcome back to my channel. We have a guest here today. I am so excited for the new year. I feel like it's just the best feeling to mentally have that reset button to reevaluate what you liked and didn't like about this year, what you want to do differently next year. So I really wanted to make a video just trying to go through all of my feelings, goals, ambitions, actions, everything with the new year. Just kind of talk through it with you guys and have a little vlog where we just get our shit together a little bit for the new year. I also want to talk a little bit more about like habits and lifestyle changes that I want to do in 2026. Work through it together as I try to figure out what are feasible ways for me to accomplish these resolutions. I really want to do some cooking with you guys, journaling, reading, like literally all the things that you say you want to do but don't have time for. So yeah, this is just going to be like a little video all about the new year. Hope you guys enjoy. Our first big healthy grocery haul of the new year. I've reached that point where I'm tired of not cooking. I'm tired of like eating out. I also had food poisoning over Christmas break, so I feel like I'm just like extra sensitive right now. We are now back on the coconut cult thing. I know I have sworn it off a few times. I always come back. I just wanted to have some again just to see if it like helps regulate me a little bit. We got the strawberry and the passion fruit. I've never tried the passion fruit, so I'm gonna open this tomorrow morning. You're supposed to have it on an empty stomach. This one I've had like a lot of times. This is the only flavor I'd actually recommend getting. On that note, I also got kefir. I think it's kind of the same thing as the coconut cult, like very similar. So when I finish this, I'll start this. I also am trying out this new buffalo sauce. This is like a Whole Foods brand. It's called Lily's. I don't know, it looks really cool. Love the packaging. I just want to make some buffalo chicken dip and buffalo cauliflower with this. I also got some Grillo's pickle chips. I also decided I'm gonna go gluten-free. I think I have trouble digesting gluten. I'm gonna do some testing obviously, but until then, I'm just gonna start swapping out my regular things. So I got two different types of crackers. These are the Simple Mills Everything crackers, and then these are Milton's crispy sea salt. Depending on what I make, I think these are good for like buffalo chicken dip, any sort of like scoopable salad. I think it's like fun to have these. I got kale. I'm definitely gonna be putting a lot of olive oil on this because I think kale is easier to digest if you put oil on it. I got these Yasso yogurt bars. I don't know, I like ice cream in the winter. I also bought some of these sweet potato fries because I have some spicy chicken nuggets in the freezer and I love that as like a coming home from a night out type of meal. Just some good old chicken nuggets and french fries in the air fryer. I also restocked on some of my favorite chicken sausage. This is the Applegate one. It's really good for like popping in the air fryer before work. I got some beef bone broth because I wanted some liquid protein. Whenever I place a Whole Foods order, I have to get rotisserie chicken. It's just so easy for salads and everything. I just go through this and get all the good parts, put it in a little Tupperware, and then I put it into like so many salads throughout the week. I got so many sweet potatoes. I definitely want to do some recipes with the baked sweet potato. I think that's like really yummy. I got some cauliflower. I think I got this for a buffalo cauliflower bowl thing I had in mind. I also got pepperoncinis because I don't know, I've just been really craving this. I feel like this is the #1 like mukbang food item. Like people are always just like sucking on pepperoncinis or like snack plates and stuff, so I just really wanted that. I got these for breakfast, the spinach feta chicken sausage, some ground chicken. I'm gonna freeze this because it's open. Oh my god, it ripped. Also some bell peppers for salads. That was the entire haul. I feel like that was actually a pretty good amount of things from Whole Foods. If you guys have been watching my videos, you probably know I've talked about food poisoning like multiple times this year. The point where it almost feels like I'm getting it once a month, which is why I obviously want to do food sensitivity testing, but until then I just want to be a little bit careful. I feel like if you watch my channel you probably already see, but like I eat pretty clean. I wouldn't say I'm eating a lot of like super greasy or oily things that are upsetting my stomach, but you never know. Like clearly I'm very sensitive. Going into the new year, it's a good time to just set that goal to be like very conscious. It's not about like discipline or like a goal. I think it's literally just about like feeling better and avoiding the food poisoning because it takes me out for like 4 days at a time. One of my most asked questions ever since I talked about this in one of my videos is how I do my grocery meal planning on my iPad, how it all helps me get better about planning my groceries. I showed you guys my grocery haul, so now I'm going to show you what comes after that. I think this part is so crucial in actually helping me use what I have. I have this app called Good Notes. There's probably so many apps that do the same thing, but basically I went on Canva and I looked up grocery templates. You could literally use anything you like, and then I actually edited it so that each category in the boxes are different food groups and things that go in the fridge. So I have like produce, protein, grains, frozen things, pantry things, eggs, dairy. This might sound dumb because it's just like, why don't you just open the fridge and see what you have? But I'm so forgetful, especially like with the freezer. I have so many things in the pantry that I forget about. Things that I forget are even options to add to my meals. If I have a can of black beans in the pantry, if I have quinoa, if I have frozen corn, like these little things that I'll forget about because they're like stuffed in the freezer, they actually help me think about like, what do I need to buy to make this a full meal? So the minute I get my groceries from Whole Foods, or even like before I place the order, I start putting everything into this, and that's where my little Apple Pencil comes in handy because you can erase things. I erase things off of here once I use them, and I also make sure to go into the fridge before I even place my groceries and start writing down what I still have and I haven't used yet. Especially if something is nearing the expiration date, it's important for me to put an exclamation point and say like, you have to use this week. My handwriting is kind of bad because the pencil's kind of hard to use, but in general, this just keeps me a little bit more organized. In my freezer, I also love to keep like corn, edamame, mushrooms, anything that can be a quick addition to my bowls. I also love to keep canned chickpeas, canned chicken, anything like that. You can come up with so many meals. For example, like my canned chicken, I can make that into buffalo chicken dip. I can make that into like a taco bowl or nachos. And then we get into my weekly meal planner. This is just like a chart with boxes. Once I can see everything I have in the fridge and the pantry, I can turn that into this little meal template. You don't have to get super specific with this, but I feel like it's helpful to be like, if I'm gonna have tacos on Monday night, I'm gonna have tacos for lunch on Tuesday, and then on Tuesday I'm gonna make this, and then I'm gonna have this the next day. It keeps me so much more organized with what I'm actually eating throughout the week, and once you write it out, you can actually tell like what you don't have enough of. This is very type A, you don't have to do it, but like I kind of like doing the extra step of just writing down what I need to go purchase. Also writing down if you have like a dinner or you have like a lunch at work or something. Those things also help you not overbuy food. And now I'm gonna do it for everything I just bought. For an easy, simple, healthy dinner tonight, I'm just kind of making something up on the spot, but I have some kale with just like some basic dressing right here. I'm gonna add some rotisserie chicken, and I cut up some peppers, pepperoncini, and red onions. I have some feta, and I had patience, and I baked a sweet potato, so I'm gonna have that as like the main thing. Ooh. That is so good. I thought it could be fun to do a little visual vision board with you guys on Pinterest. I thought about printing out all these pictures and putting them on a board, but honestly, I don't like that much because I just like don't want that in my room. I'd rather have it on a Pinterest board. So we have my iPad right here. We're gonna go through this together. I want to talk through my pins. I feel like with vision boarding, you can kind of get lost in looking for photos, but then you kind of forget like what the intention was behind the actual photo search. So I want to talk through what these photos actually mean to me, not just like cute photos of face masks. Here we have a photo of this girl cooking in her kitchen with a bottle of wine and a cute outfit on. What I want to do with this photo is actually cooking at home, slowing down, really enjoying the cooking process. I feel like this photo really encapsulates the actual art of like cooking a meal and the practice of just like being in your own space, slowing down. Then we have a photo of this girl doing Pilates on the reformer. One of my resolutions is to actually get consistent with the workout routine, but I have another photo on my board that's actually mat Pilates, which is visualizing how I want to do more mat Pilates at home because I can't always make it to a workout class. I have the yoga mat, I have the resistance bands, I have the weights. I have everything I need to be productive and work out at home. That was a goal in 2025 that I just didn't really do that much. So I really want to prioritize it. We have another photo here of these two girls dancing in an apartment. I just think it's really cute. I want to prioritize more time with my friends, more silly goofy time, less time always in my phone and working. I've missed a couple moments in 2025 where I could have been more present. I really want to go into 2026 with the intention of more quality time with my friends. This bed with a book on on it. I just want to get better sleep in 2026. I think like not being in your room by a certain hour really gets into your brain that you're still doing work. Like I'll be out in the living room so late each night. I need to have dinner at a reasonable time, factor in the cooking and the cleaning and everything like that, and then actually come in here, get comfy clothes on, do my skincare routine, and like start unwinding. That also brings me into reading a book. Just things that sound interesting to read. I just haven't had one of those moments in so long. I really want to get more into journaling in 2026. I had a goal of writing one journal entry every single day. I didn't do that. I don't know if you guys have this experience too, but I have journals from when I was younger, and all I would write in them was like really emotional, deep stuff that was like kind of depressing. So I don't really want to make my journaling about that. I want to make my journaling about like different prompts or different pictures or mementos, because these journals are physical medias that I could read in the future. I could give to my kids. I don't know. It's fun to write things down. We also have this photo of Olivia Jade in the bathroom. I just thought it was really pretty, but I really want to focus more on my editing and my filming, which is what this photo is representing for me. I want to get more into like visual videos, not just talking. I want to do like more montages, more artsy stuff, more filming outside. This has been a constant topic I've talked about on my channel. I feel like my videos are not as artistic or creative as they could be, and I don't know if that's because I try to pump out a lot of stuff at once or I just like don't have the eye for it, but I want to get better at visual cinematic videos. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, but taking some more time and being a little bit more intentional with my filming setup and like how I'm doing things, that just slowing down a little bit with that. I also kind of wonder if I should be slowing down a little bit on the content production, because maybe that is affecting my quality of work, because I like my YouTube videos, but I feel like they could be better. I want to get better about meal prep and actually like not cooking every single night. I think that's what's difficult, having to clean up after yourself night after night when it's just not necessary. I think the art to meal prep is just being more strategic and skillful with your grocery list, with your time planning and how you're going to do your meals for the week. I think it could be really beneficial to just get a really good system going with what I'm cooking, proteins, vegetables, all these things, so that everything's already ready for me. Because I would be okay with just like doing a big Sunday cooking session if I don't have to cook every night of the week, especially because I have class and everything after work. It's just like not the move, and I feel like when I don't have a plan for my meals, it leads for me to make some poor decisions. I have this photo of these perfumes and candles and hand products. I really like how simple this is. I want to get better about not having so much clutter and just being very intentional and basic with my items. It affects your brain a lot when there's just so much clutter, and I kind of like the concept of like a few favorites. This girl in Copenhagen, I like her outfit, but I also like Copenhagen. I want to kind of possibly go in 2026, and I want to actually plan the trip really well and not be like stressing. You guys know me, I do like very quick back-to-back weekend trips and stuff, and I think it's just not that healthy. I want to really slow down. I don't want to stop traveling, but I definitely want to be more intentional with like where I'm going, how long I'm staying, the time I'm taking to go visit somewhere, because the more I do these back-to-back flights and these 3-day trips, like it's just not that great for me bodily. So we have this photo of this brown dresser and this really cute simple room, which symbolizes me finishing my room decor. I know you guys have been waiting for my series on TikTok and on YouTube. It's in the works. It's just that everything's coming like different times. This symbolizes me finally getting my space together. This photo of a purse, a book, and a coffee on a bench. I want to get better at like reading outside and like taking a book with me, because my routine right now is like taking my phone with me or my iPad and like editing on the subway, emailing out and about while I'm doing things at cafes, always opening up my iPad, always on my phone, always editing, always being productive. And again, with the slowing down and just being more intentional about like my time outside, put the phone away, read a book. So I want to just get better at like actually putting a book or my Kindle in my bag and like taking it out. Lovely, nourishing meal. I really want to get better at like actually nourishing myself, following more of my like menstrual cycle with my meals, making sure I'm getting enough of the nutrients and enough of the food groups. I just definitely want to eat more like whole foods, clean foods. This photo, for example, is just so basic. It's just like protein, vegetables, and a carb. I don't know why I kind of make things so complicated sometimes with meals, or I have to think of like an idea or like a recipe, but sometimes you can just make the food groups and just put it together and that's a meal, and like that can be nourishing, and not every meal has to be like extravagant and exciting. I feel like that's what stops you from actually getting in the habit of cooking. These girls getting drinks, and that's actually not what it looks like. I want to actually get better about saying yes to more things, which yes is contradictory towards when I said I want to go slower, but I mean I want to go slower by myself, like when I'm just working a lot. Like I feel like I can be a workaholic sometimes, but when it comes to saying yes to other things, I actually say no to a lot, or I just like don't follow through. You have your whole life to work and you have your whole life to do things on your iPad. Like I want to go out and actually like be with people. I have one friend who's really good about like actually making plans after work. I want to do it in a way where like I'm not overdoing it and getting burnt out and spending too much money and getting nervous about that, but you can still spend like quality time with people without spending a bunch of money. I just kind of like the idea of being a little bit more inclined to say yes to new experiences, whether that be like hanging out with new people, going for a drink, going going to hang out on like a weeknight. And I know I made a whole series about that on TikTok, but for some reason sometimes I still have to take my own advice. This photo is just these girls having fun, and I want it to represent me actually having fun on the weeknights as well, and not being so uptight about my schedule and like my 10,000 steps and my sleep routine. Like, yes, all those things are important, like I just talked about, but I also want to make sure that I'm still like enjoying my 20s in New York. We have a few photos on my board of just like really cute, simple outfits. I want to get better about having a staple wardrobe, but that doesn't mean consuming more. It just means like being more creative with what I already have, making some tough decisions if I actually wear these items. And I feel like having a simple wardrobe is just like the key to everything. Like if you have good quality staple pieces, anything will look good when you put it together. And I want to get better about my style in 2026. I just want to have like better personal style, putting outfits together. Accessorizing is a big one. I don't really accessorize. And then this photo of ice water, pretty self-explanatory, but I need to drink more water in 2026. It's actually really, really bad because right now I'm not even that thirsty on the day-to-day, so I feel like that's a sign that I'm not hydrated. And yeah, that's basically everything on my vision board. I hope you guys enjoyed this little explanation of what my plans are for 2026 and what I want to get better about. I want to start the first book of 2026. Next week, People We Meet on Vacation comes out on Netflix, and I've been saying I wanted to reread it in January before the movie, so I officially have a week to do it. But I haven't read this book since 2021, so it's kind of going to be like very fresh for me. I always like to start the year with a reread. It helps me to read something I already know I like, especially if it's been a while, because then I forget and it feels like a new book almost. This is an example of me actually trying to implement my resolutions into my habits, because I made dinner, I finished a YouTube video, I watched 2 episodes of Stranger Things. Reading a few chapters is a good replacement for going on my phone on TikTok, because I always scroll on TikTok before I go to bed and when I wake up. It's also good for me to get into the function of consciously choosing to stop working, I guess, if that makes sense. Like, I knew I had to get that YouTube video done, but I was like, when you finish the video, you're gonna do your skincare and you're gonna go read your book. I'm giving myself less of a choice, because I think when I give myself choices, it becomes procrastinated. If it wasn't January 1st today, I feel like I would have just been like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. But like, that's the thing, I have to stop saying that. So I'm gonna read a few chapters until my eyes get really tired and then go to bed. Hopping on to say that is going to be the end of today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and let me know if you like the whole reset concept and showing more just like daily life planning type A stuff, healthy meals, workouts, all those type of things. Let me know if you guys like seeing that, and comment down below a book emoji if you made it to this part of the video, because one of my goals of 2026 is to get back into reading. Currently doing my reread, hopefully gonna be done this week. The movie comes out on Friday. I'm so excited. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let me know what kind of content you want to see in 2026. And I'll see you in my next video very soon. Bye.